There we are. We're live. Well, folks, this is hopefully our final concluding video for this battle. It's gone 4 sessions now. It's closing in. We got maybe 5, 6, maybe 8 turns left to play. We're at that point of decision now. Russians are pushing hard in the center. They're pushing hard on the right flank. Their right flank. There's a lot of Russian cavalry down here. I think there's 7 brigades. Everything from Cossacks to commercials. Sorry about that. It is kind of catchy though. I forget every time to mute the YouTube video because I have to monitor the chat on there. The videos, it automatically starts playing as soon as we go live. You gotta go back and mute it. So there, nice commercial. That was catchy. Videos. Sorry about that. Where was I? Everything from Cossacks to Cuirassiers to Hussars, Russians, 7 brigades worth, all down here converging on the French left flank. The French center is holding out pretty good, pretty much intact. Not much casualties, in fact, none. But the Russians are coming in pressure here. They have 3 brigades of guard infantry, following behind 3 brigades of musketeers who are taking the brunt of the shooting from the French, including canister fire. So we'll see what happens here. That's going to be interesting. Down here in the north, the Russian left. You go to the other camera. Well, the other camera's on me. You just barely see them, but there's 3 brigades of Russian musketeers holding this with a battery of guns. And they just got done pushing back a counterattack by the Saxons, led by Bob, our player here with us tonight, once again, and the Saxon Corps. His troops were repulsed, and I'm not sure what they're going to do at this point. They do have a brigade here of 3 Elan and a brigade here of 1 Elan, and that's it. The rest of their corps is up on this hill, at least the flank of the hill, putting a battery of guns and a Elan 3 infantry brigade. We'll see what happens. The objective is this hill, of course. Whoever holds it by the end of the battle will win, unless one side decides to leave the fight earlier. The French dragoons have arrived. They're part of the cavalry reserve. There's 4 brigades of them right here in the back, and they're heading towards their left wing, which is being attacked by the Russian cavalry. See what they can do there. There is some more brigades of cavalry, heavy cavalry for the French, still in reserve, that may come on the board. We'll see. And Russian reinforcements are not likely at this point, but it is a possibility. Currently, we're in the French player turn, and we're going to pick up from there. We have another player coming in tonight. Supposedly at least one more player, and that will be Chris, and he'll be joining us in, say, what, a half an hour maybe? Somewhere in there?
Something like that.
Okay, so we'll see, and he's commanding the French center. Bob, of course, is in command of the Saxons, as I pointed out.
Bob's in command, period.
He's the overall commander, so he commands everything anyway.
Me and Napoleon.
You are welcome, Chris. Michael, of course, has been in command of the Russians from the get-go. He's doing an outstanding job pressuring the French. We'll see if he can follow through with this massive assault in the center and on the left wing of the French. Let me think. Is there anything I didn't cover? We did have some rules issues last night. Nothing major, nothing that would change the battle. Just a couple little clarifications. Again, we're focused on having some fun and just showing you the basics of Blucher and the flow of play. We're going to get some things wrong. I haven't played Blucher in months, and it's been a while. But it's this easy to set up and play. I mean, it took me a day to refresh my mind, and everything's going smooth as far as I'm concerned. Just a few things we catch here and there. Nothing
Yeah, we don't need clarifications of minute details from rule Nazis. We're good.
There you go, Bob. But here we are, folks. We are live, and you can enjoy this last final session. Probably be an hour or two, I would imagine. We'll see how long this lasts. We'll have a little post wrap up talk and chat about the battle and everybody feels about playing. Of course, this is Bob's first venture into Napoleonics, so I'm curious what he has to say at the end of this battle, what he feels about Napoleonics in general and wargaming Napoleonics, as well as Blucher. Michael's been in a few of these Blucher games. He loves it. He wouldn't be coming back, right, Michael? Michael?
Hello, yes. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, Michael.
Drifting off then. I was just signing into YouTube.
All right. Yeah. Monitor the chat there if you want. That would be helpful. Links have been posted to join to all players and those who are considering joining. You've gotten your links. Welcome to pop in. And we're going to set up our second camera here.
Mr. Kitchener would like to know how to log in.
Any tips? I am already accepted membership to the Google community. How to log in? What exactly do you mean? Log into the chat session, the game, or Google?
Google.
Trying to figure out how to log in. Well, you just click the login button and it should be good. If you got a Google account, you'll have your password and stuff there already memorized. But you can put it in manually again and then just log in. Boom, you're in. And if you want to access the Tabletop Communities community, it'll be under a little tab called Communities. Click it, it'll show all the communities you're part of on Google+. One of them should be Tabletop Communities. And you can access it. Just click it and boom. See what everybody's posting and so on and so forth. Pretty simple. And if you've got Google Mail or Gmail, you already have a Google account. So there's no hassle starting from scratch and making an account. Are you monitoring the chat, Michael?
Yeah, I'm watching.
All right, that's good. Thank you. All right, let's get together. Go ahead, Bob.
He's not with us today?
I haven't heard from him. I've seen him today. I'm sure he'll say something if he's in the chat. He wants to join. And Ian, if you can jump in and do it, man. He has terrible connection problems.
Yeah, no, he does. Ever since he moved.
All right, let's get the camera off me and put it down on the board, and we'll get this northern end covered for you guys that are playing. I think that's good. Let me see. I gotta get it. You guys, it's a little darker down here on this end, unfortunately. We just want to focus on the northern part of the battle, not the whole battlefield with this camera. Looks good. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's get the camera on the main again. There we go. There you go, folks. Any questions?
No.
Oh, fine.
Start with the French, Bob. We're going to start with the activation or movement phase.
My wizard is going to cast Fireball.
What size template?
Large. All right.
I was looking for my template. Sorry. Go for it. You start in the north or start in the center with your French?
Yeah, I'm going to start with center core.
Center core, that is the French core.
Yeah.
You got this unit prepared. You got these 3 infantry brigades standing strong with musketry fire against the approaching Russians. You got a cannon here that is going to be firing its 5th shot this turn, if it fires. You have some heroic hussars here with 2 Elan, holding off the wave upon wave of approaching Russian cavalry. And you got the reserve coming up the rear. It's a separate corps, so if you want to start in the center, you're looking at these units here.
You know, actually,
Okay, hang in there.
and those hussars with the Elan lost already, that's a corps by itself too, right? The cavalry is already down there.
These guys?
Yeah, that's their own separate corps too, aren't they?
No, these guys are part of this corps of infantry.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought they were a separate corps. Excellent.
Part of the center corps.
Good. Okay, that's good. Let me. Wow. I thought I had a plan, but it's not going to work.
I'll mark them for you so it's really clear.
I know which they are. That's not a problem. I'm aware of where the center corps is. They're the ones with no Elan lost yet.
Yeah.
The only one. How much ammo does that cannon have left? How many shots is it firing? This is its last shot, right?
It has 2 more shots.
2 more. Okay. If that unit just north of the cannon activates and moves south, how much of a gap will he leave? If I move him as close to the cannon as I can, how much of a gap will be between those 2 units? You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, how big is that gap? Is that a base width?
It's pretty much exactly a base width.
So another unit could pass through there, right?
Yeah.
That's my intention.
Corps activation. Now you have to activate at least 2 units.
Yep, I'll activate that guy and the artillery, I guess. Yeah. Move him like I had him. Yep, perfect.
Let me move them back a little bit so you got a gap for your guns to shoot through. Actually, that wouldn't be an issue, really.
As long as there's a gap between him and the other infantry brigade. You see where I'm going with this?
Yep, so you can pass through or shoot through. Yeah, plenty.
Right. All right.
Now, is there anyone else part of this activation?
No, that
Right.
quest's finished.
All right, 2 cards.
Okay. I'd like to activate my cavalry corps.
They're all facing south.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're all facing south.
Yeah. The southernmost brigade, I want to pivot him west. Put him, yup, turn him west and put him right in front of that gap. Yeah, don't put him in the gap, put him right behind it, so the next turn, if I want to, I can put him through the gap. Send the other 3 south, please.
You like to form a nice defensive line alongside this hussar?
Unless they're close enough for me to charge right now, which I don't think they are. I think that's way over 4 base width. That third one, will he fit in there?
As far as he goes.
Could you actually, could you have him kind of sweep a little bit towards the Southwest instead of straight forward. No, the southwest. That's east. Kind of, yeah, and just pivot him a little bit towards the west. Nope, the west. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. They're done.
3 cards. You're good.
All right, then I'll activate my Northern Corps.
Saxons.
Yeah.
2 separate activations. You got these 2 brigades and this brigade and battery. Master.
Yeah. I'd like to activate the northernmost ones first. Yeah, I'll have both of them fall back, please.
You want to face the enemy?
I'd like to, yeah.
Right, that's a difficult maneuver. There you go. 1 base.
That puts him out of musket range, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Just I was gonna say make a simple move and have him go back 2 without facing the enemy. Can I do that?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If they're out of range, they don't need to be facing them. It's better to have it the other way. Thank you.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about them. I'm gonna leave them where they're at. How many Elan does that infantry brigade have? Is that 3?
3.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them where they're at.
Is that it? You want to do anything else? Individual unit activation?
Now, if I activate an individual unit that's already moved, could he get more movement?
You can't activate somebody that's already moved.
Right. Okay. No, that's everybody's done what they're gonna do.
All right, we're going to go to shooting.
All right. We'll just start with the northern gun.
That's this guy right here, his closest target. This will be canister fire. Is
Yep,
against this brigade of infantry.
Yeah, I want to plow them with some canister.
This will be your 5th shot. That gives you 2 dice. You hit on 6s and an additional 5 if you get.
Okay. A 6 and a 5.
That is 2 hits. Knocks their 4 down to 2.
Let me turn my camera on, try and get it on my dice box. I just like to show my dice box off. I don't know if you can see it.
Close range canister fire on the advancing Russians. Just took them down to 2 Elan. That hurt. This unit is suffering.
I'm not in my usual spot, so I can't raise my tablet up to see my dice box today. And those guys will also fire at that unit, please.
You have 3 Elan. You're going to be rolling 3 dice. It's at long range. So half it rounded up. 2 dice needing 6s.
All right. Nothing.
Nothing. Now we'll go to your central core. We'll start with this unit here. He's at long range. He has the skirmisher trait, so he hits on the first 5 against this target.
Excellent.
You have six dice. Half 3. So 3 dice hit on the first 5 and then he 6s.
Yeah, okay. I thought that 6 dice seemed like a lot for that range. 1.
Ouch. Down to 1 Elan. Next unit. closest enemy is right here.
Okay.
Seeing 3 dice. You hit on 6s and the first 5 for the skirmisher trick.
1, 1, 5. 5, a 2, and a 4.
3 elan drops to 2. Next unit right here.
No, they moved.
They moved. Next
Yeah,
unit
they
here.
moved.
This unit here is in prepared.
Well, the cannon. I'd like to fire the cannon, please.
Want to do the cannon first?
Oh yeah, canister fire into those guys. Are they within canister range? No.
Yeah, it's just canister range.
I'm gonna light them up.
All right, this will be your 5th shot. That means 2 dice. You hit on the first 5. And 6s.
2 5s, so 1 hit.
1 hit. 4 drops to 3. All right, now you're prepared infantry.
If they're are they even within range of anybody?
Yes.
Okay, they'll fire 2, please. Long range, right? So
Yes, against the infantry, you'll have long range, so it's 3 dice. You hit on 5 and on any 6.
okay. A 6 and a 5.
Ugh. 3 elan drops to 1.
Let me try something. Let me try and raise my camera up a little bit so you can see that dice box better. And that's all my shooting.
Okay, we'll go to close combat. There is none. We're going to go to the end phase. No reinforcements. This will be,
My camera's gonna fall. Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
that's it.
That's it.
We're going to go to the Russians. No sign of reinforcements, Michael, for the Russians. We'll start off with your activation / move phase. Where would you like to begin?
Hmm. Let's sort the cavalry out, I think. Yeah. Is it possible to now what is that? Is that I think that's a cuirassier in front of that prepared infantry. It is, isn't it?
That's Cuirassier.
Cuirassier.
4 elan.
Is that do I have to move the hussars back to let it wheel? Pivot.
These guys?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the Cuirassier?
I want to hit the hussars, the weakened.
Oh, these guys.
Yeah.
You can definitely pivot. See if you're, yeah, you got range. You got 4 right there.
Yeah.
You can do that. You want to do
But
that?
the hussars are up close to the back of them. Does it matter?
Where's the hussars?
They're
Oh,
behind.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. They would have to activate.
Okay. Well, I'll just. Well. Oh, fine. I said so. I don't have to move them. Just activate them.
Yeah, just activate them. That means
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yep. We'll do that then. So.
Good.
So what have I got?
Now these can all activate in one go. So you just
Yeah,
activated him. You just
Yeah.
activated him. You want him to do anything?
No.
All right.
No. Well, he's activated, so he's done it, hasn't he? What he was doing.
Right. You've got 2 cards so far.
Can I reach the dragoons with my other cuirassier and it's a hussar, is it?
This one here is Cossacks.
Cossacks. Ah, right. Not such a good idea then. How about the one behind? That's a hussar, isn't it?
Hussars.
What's the damage on him? Oh, he's got 5 left.
Yep.
Okay. So can I reach any of those dragoons, the French dragoons, with those 2 units?
You can with, let me see, need a little gap in there.
I'll have to move the Cossacks, of course, or activate them.
Yeah, so both these units will allow you to charge into contact with these units.
And what about the hussar that's behind the Cossacks directly?
He can't, this guy can't see because he's looking through, these units in front of him are blocking. He can't see the enemy.
Aha, yes, of course. Right, well, let's just shift the Cossack to the east. 2 base whips, please.
Facing which direction?
Pretty much facing the French dragoons, please.
That's a difficult maneuver.
Yes, that's right. No, I don't want to go too far ahead. I just want to go sideways. Can you come back about half a base, please?
Where do you
Yeah.
want it? Here?
I want to be close to the table edge. Yeah, they're a bit further over, actually. Oh, not too sure it's moved around so much. Yeah, okay. So let's pile the Krasier in then.
Just like that. And if you make this move, unfortunately, your center line is not going to be crossing this unit. You won't hit it. So, as a second option, you can charge this one. You
Yeah,
just
that's
can't.
it's not quite so clever, is it? Yeah, I'll be exposing my flank then. Right, let's bring everyone level with the Cuirassier that's just engaged with the French Hussars. Yeah,
How far?
form up a line. That's fine if you form up a line, and I'll have the Hussars alongside. Can I? Sorry, can you pull that one back, please, Kurt? To form a line in line with the Cuirassiers that have just hit the Hussars, hit the Dragoons. No, they are, sorry, the Hussars, aren't they? Okay, and the Hussars then in line with them. That's a bit tidier, isn't it? And let's see. We've got these damage markers floating around here still.
Yeah. Oh no. All right, where do these go?
That's a fresh Hussar, isn't it?
This one?
That's a fresh Hussar. No, that's not a fresh Hussar.
The middle one, I think. No, I think the middle one was fresh, wasn't he?
Middle one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he would be at 6, yeah.
And who's got this 4 on the edge of the table? Where did that come from?
All right, folks, we missed this one. I messed that up. I don't think the Cossacks took any damage. One of these cuirassiers did take fire earlier. It's down to 7 or 6.
I think the Hussars on a 4. No.
We'll give the Hussars a 4. And yeah, I don't remember the Cuirassier, the second one, taking any damage.
Well,
Came from somewhere, but I don't remember where either.
I don't think it was the Cossacks.
I don't think it was the Cossacks either.
All right, how about that?
no, fine. Okay, so let's.
Sorry about that, folks. Michael.
Okay. So down there we've got the ones that haven't moved so far. The 2 on, yeah, those 2 there. Which one's in the east there, Kurt?
Cossack.
That's Cossack. Oh, right. Okay. Can you just advance him about? Can you just advance him up behind the Cuirassier, please? Just straight. Straight. That's it. And the Hussars with the 4 damage points. Can I have them go 2 sideways or diagonally? Yeah.
Like that? You can face that way.
No, I want to sort of make it so that they'll be supporting or have a chance of supporting that line that I've just formed. Yeah. Could they go a little bit further?
Uh,
No?
That's it. That's a difficult maneuver. It can have any facing you want. Otherwise, you'd have to face this way.
Okay.
So, facing that way, difficult maneuver, you're done. So, that's everything activated.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 minutes. Let's see what you get. Oh. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's unfortunate. Damn. I hope that was the most important part of the battle here for you. Unfortunate, really, because of your center core is now just sitting there.
I'll have to start shooting then, I suppose.
He's full. All right, shooting phase for the Russians. Let's see what's going on here. We got this unit as well, I believe, can also fire. This unit down here can also fire. Down here, of course, they're out of range. You do have your cannon. And that is it. You do have a melee. So where would you like to begin? Let me change the camera here a second, because I did.
How many shots left on the artillery in the north, please?
This cannon is on its 5th shot. So it's going to be rolling 3 dice.
No, I won't fire that one. So let's start then with that one that you got your hand near, the musketeers there facing the Saxons, isn't it?
The closest would be the cannon. All right, so you got 1 dice. It's going to be 1 dice no matter what.
Okay.
1 dice. You hit on 6s.
6.
Yeah.
4.
next.
Right. So I guess those 2 units are firing at that infantry. It's the nearest, isn't it? Or is it?
Let's see. It's going to be this target for him.
Yeah.
This target for him.
Sorry, can you show me the second one again?
This guy is shooting this guy.
Okay.
And this guy is shooting this guy.
Right. Okay then. So in the north. Oh. You didn't tell me how many dice.
It's okay. Let's see. Your Elan is currently 2. It's going to be half for long range, so 1 dice.
One
One
dice.
dice needing a 6.
3.
No. And this guy over here, same thing. He's got 1 dice, half at long range, rounded up as 1 dice.
Oh, it's spinning. Ah, it's a 4.
All right, so that's the end of shooting, I guess. Yeah. Let's go to melees. Got a melee here. The Russian cuirassiers have charged into the hussars. Hussars holding their ground since the start of the fight. Defender, you have Elan 2. You're going to be rolling 2 dice. What are the modifiers? 2 dice.
Correct.
2 dice. You need 4s.
A 6 and a 4. 2 successes.
2 successes. Now the cuirassier, you have Elan 6. You charged. You also have what is it called?
Shock.
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 An extra dice. So 7 dice. 4
7.
plus.
Got it. I got 2 successes.
Oh, no.
No.
You need 4 plus now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. It's a tie. It's a draw.
Those hussars are lucky.
Yes.
Onions, they have lucky onions with them. So it's equal to then.
All right. So the Hussars take 1 Elan hit. Their 2 is knocked down to 1. They're not broken. They're going to hold their ground.
The attacker takes 2 and retreats, right?
Yes. Takes 2, which will knock their 6 to 4. And they're going to retreat.
Yeah, they were very good French hussars.
They have a rabbit foot feet in their pocket. Or maybe a 4-leaf clover, I don't know.
No advance for the defenders. You got to remember to move these pods. Anyway, that's close combat. That's about as far as the Russians could get this turn. We're going to go to turn 12. And that is the French.
All right.
No reinforcements, Bob. I'll go to your activations.
What's that? No reinforcements?
No. If you want them, you want them?
I'll wait 1 more turn, please.
All right. Would you like to begin your activations?
I'd like to activate my cavalry corps, please.
All right, that's the 4 dragoons.
Yes.
Here, 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 and here. Let me check.
Right.
I think that's 2 separate activations.
Probably they look a little far from each other.
Yeah, he's just out of it.
Okay. What about that guy behind him? All is he?
Also, too far away.
That's okay. All right. Let me activate the 2 most southern ones, please.
Armando.
If I charge both his units that have the green dice on them, will that expose my flank to his, I don't know what that cavalry at the edge of the table is, hussars, I think, or Cossacks. I don't know. I'd like to charge those 2 units, but I do not want to expose my flank. So if it's going to expose my flank,
This guy could charge these cuirassiers quite effectively. They're not threatened. This unit could also charge this Hussar unit, and the only problem with that is that your left flank will be threatened by these Cossacks.
right. I don't want to do that. Okay, take the first guy you pointed to. Yeah, have him charge the enemy. Is his flank threatened now?
Uh,
Probably, huh?
yes.
Move. Can you? Is it possible to move the other ones down? Not just to block, to protect the flank. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you just take this Dragoon and charge these Cossacks?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I charge those guys? Are they close enough? They look kind of far.
You can charge them.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to do that, please. Excellent. Then okay, that's all I can do with those 2 for now.
Right.
So that's 2 cards, right?
Yep. You're okay so far. So that's 1 core activation. Now you can activate any other force, anyone you want as part of a core activation.
Yeah, the northernmost Saxon corps, please. Yes, I'd like them both to fall back again and kind of try and work their way behind the hill as they go, please. Thank you.
Like this?
Yeah, beautiful. They want to try and get behind the hill. That's their intention. All right, they're good.
Next turn, this unit can be withdrawn from the battle.
Okay,
The next French turn.
right. Thank you.
You're good?
All right, the dragoons that are out there in the middle of nowhere by themselves. Yeah, could they come down and back up their fellow dragoons that engage in combat?
This will be an individual unit activation.
I understand that, sir. Thank you.
It will cost you 2 cards, and you can no longer make core activations this turn.
Now, the center core is not going to move. Well, actually, no, the center core is good. The center core is going to hold the line. They're going to just keep shooting at skirmish range. That's what French do best. Yeah, I'd like him to move forward, please, and like, yeah, it's like somewhere in between the gap. No, yeah, somewhere in between that little space there.
Here?
You just
Here.
south, please. If you just pivot him a little and then send him straight south. South. Yeah, just send him straight south, please. A little bit to the east with him. I kind of want to fill the gap, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
You're still good.
Ooh,
Individual activations. Move 1 unit at a time. It just costs 2 momentum. Which is
yeah,
2
I'm
cards.
thinking. No, I don't have any more. How far is that last dragoon away from his infantry in the center?
Where is this now?
That dragoon that's in my center there, how far away from sorry, how far away is he from the Russian infantry? So he's well within charging distance, right?
Oh yeah, you can go that far.
Okay, I'm going to leave him there for now, but my aide de camp has arrived.
Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. Yeah, I think we'll go to shooting.
All right. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. I'm just checking out what's going on.
Well, my dice were on fire the first round. I had my nephews pick my dice, and they did right by me today.
Evening,
Had I
Chris.
failed, had I
Hello.
failed, I would have them.
We have a melee.
Michael's dice are kind of cold too, so I can't take all the credit. We have 2 melee.
Mm.
We also have shooting, which is next for the French. Let me mark them. Let's see. None in the north, but down here we have the cannon, which has an option to fire. This infantry as well can fire, as well as these infantry of the French. These infantry, I believe. Basically all down the line here. These guys are all eligible to fire on somebody. And that's it. So where do you want to start?
The cannon in the north, please. The guns and mass battery in the north. Yeah. They're going to let fly with some canister.
Right. It's against this unit. You might destroy him here. Canister
Right.
range. This is your last final shot. You will be withdrawn from the battle.
Right.
You're rolling, I believe, 2 dice.
2. Okay.
You hit on the first 5 and 6.
All right. 1 6, a 6 and a 2.
Broke them.
So they're like kind of destroyed.
This cannon will be withdrawn, and the infantry are broken. Now, just to clarify for Chris, there is no rule for Blucher that says when a unit is broken, a friendly unit within 1 base width behind the broken unit takes an Elan loss. I
Oh,
basically stole that from Marc de la Guerre because that's what I've been playing quite a bit of recently, and it just worked its way into this game somehow. It's a cool rule, though. I like it.
I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, but I'm not going to use it for this issue.
Yeah, that would have to be a house rule.
Yeah. So yeah, the Russian unit was broken and is now marching off the battlefield. And your cannon will be removed.
Right.
Next, you have your infantry.
Do they have a target now? They may not have a target anymore.
You no longer have a target.
mm.
These infantry, I'm going to have to measure this. These measurements are so tight. Guys are just, no.
You got them in there.
No targets for him.
Okay.
This guy, French line,
Yeah, his target's still there.
this
Yeah.
target, he can hit this guy pretty hard. He's down to 2 Elan, which is good. You have 6 Elan, half for long range. It's 3, and you hit on a 5 and 6s because of the skirmisher.
Okay. 1 5.
Knocks him down to 1. This is unfortunate because the Russians ran out of momentum in the previous turn, and he could not get these guys out of there.
Hmm.
Now they're being subjected to some more deadly fire. I'm telling you, they're moshing out. There's confusion in the ranks. All right, this infantry, either one. You want to fire at this one or this one?
Yes.
They both have 1 Elan. Doesn't matter.
I'd go for the one you just shot at.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shoot them.
All right, you have 3 dice. You got a 5 and 6s.
1 5. A 3 4 and a 5.
Broken.
Okay.
Ouch. Next, you have your cannon.
How many Elan is on that cannon?
He's got, I think, 2 shots left.
No, it's on its last final shot. If it fires now, it can do so. And the range, I think we did this before, didn't we? It was canister because it's right on the borderline.
Yeah, we fired canister last time.
We'll do it canister. It's your final shot if you do it.
Do you want to shoot that last shot and try and finish that unit, Chris, or do you want to save that last round of canister for Grenadier?
I think we should leave that last round of canister for the guys behind.
That's what I was thinking too. I mean, that unit only had 1 Elan. They're not much of a.
Yeah.
They're
I think we
Probably
should.
gonna go back.
I think we should use that infantry to fire it and finish off that other infantry if we can.
I don't know if you can. I don't know what his closest target is. Cavalry. The cavalry might be closer if they're in his arc.
I
Yeah,
don't think they're in his arc.
I think it's out of arc. I checked it, so it's this one here.
It's the infantry.
Yeah.
Someone's just made a point on the chat about dead or completely blown up units staying on the table till the end of the fire phase.
This
Okay.
was,
I don't know why
So
okay.
then that would change the closeness of targets, etc. You might still be firing at that target rather than firing at another. I think that's what Hasdrubal has pointed out in the chat, because targets are changing. Yeah. Of course, nominating targets at the beginning would be useful in that respect.
Well, if they're forced to fire at the closest target, there's really no need to nominate any. They're forced to fire at the closest threat.
Yeah, I think you had a choice with the last one, though, didn't you?
They were both at one.
Kurt said you can fire at this one or that one. Well, one just evaporated.
Well, the other one would have evaporated too. They're both at one alarm. I had to hit. I mean, it would have killed either one. But if you want to start nominating targets, that's okay with me, Chris.
Well,
that's okay
yeah.
with me.
Yeah, it's academic here at this point because, well, there's only one pip on left on that remaining musketeer. It's going to go anyway.
All right, folks, we're going to leave the units on to the end of the shooting phase. So from this point on, we will shoot at what's shooting. I don't think I've ever done that way. I think I would always remove them unless they were artillery. They stay. But everything else is removed as they're destroyed. So it's up to the player to determine what unit he shoots and when. So what targets that unit has at that point is what will be shot at. It's not something that's predetermined from the get-go. That would require markers and so on and so forth, or leaving stuff on the table, which I don't like. But we will do that from this point on.
Okay.
So let's get back to the, where were we, the infantry.
Yeah.
They are going to be firing on this unit right here. They have full 6 elan, which will be at long range. It's 3 dice. You need 60s in the first 5 to finish this Russian unit off.
2 5s and a 4. So 1.
That breaks them. Wow. The entire front has been wiped. That is it, and you're reserving the fire of your cannon.
Yeah.
All right. It's the end of shooting. We're going to go to melee. We got 2 of them here. Mark with little clouds. Right here we got the cuirassier going against charging dragoons. French dragoons have charged the cuirassier. Over here we've got some more dragoons charging into some Cossacks. Let's do the exciting one first. That is the charging dragoons. Now, no other modifiers are going to apply except both units, or well, your unit for the French has shock. You'll get an extra die. So 6 dice plus 1 for shock. 7 dice you're rolling. You need 4s.
7?
7 dice. This is the attacker.
2 5s and 1 4. 3 successes.
All right. Defender, I should have done you first.
Oh.
You have elan 5. You're charged. Your shock does not kick into gear. So you're rolling 5 dice. You need
Okay.
4.
2 successes.
How many?
2.
is the dragoons have won. Fatigues. The Russians will take the combat difference, which is 1. The 5 drops to 4. They're not broken, but they will retreat. It's 2. Which direction would you like to go with the dragoons, Michael?
Let's go. Oh, I don't.
Anywhere along here, back edge.
Yeah, let's go straight south then, please.
Ultimately, it'll put you here because you can't end on top of somebody. You're also facing away from the enemy. Footprint doesn't change. I didn't change it there, folks. Get yelled at for that. Cool. And the dragoons take 1 fatigue, and you have the option of advancing if you want. You can't contact an enemy, so you might as well just sit there because you'll ram into the Russian hussar.
That's what I'd like to do, is stay right there.
So your line 6 drops to 5. Oh, to reach across the table today. Next combat, it's again charging dragoons. They're going to be rolling 7 dice, and the Cossacks are going to be rolling 4 as the defender. So, defender, why don't you roll first? 4 dice, needing 4s.
Okay. Ah, I got a 6.
So you got 1 success.
Yeah.
All right. 7 dice, Bob.
Only 2, barely 1. Wow, there's 4 1s in there.
The Cossacks will take the difference, which is 1 fatigue. So their 4 drops to 3 Elan. They will also retreat straight back, which is going to be 2 base widths, boom, boom, facing away from the enemy. Footprint did not change. Take 1 fatigue for the dragoons, and you can advance towards the Cossacks. Well, don't go any further because you're actually angled towards the base, the table.
I do that. I don't want to advance them any.
All right, you're good. Hold your position, my friend. You want to run away? That's for the hussars.
I think that's it, isn't it?
That's the end of melees. Goes to the end phase. We're going to go back to the Russians now. 13 is the turn.
Chris, I'm guessing you'd like to resume command of the center corps there?
Sure.
Absolutely, sir. By all means, my aide de camp. Do you see the strategy?
Yeah.
First of all, you want to bring on any reserves, Bob, as the main general for the French.
It's not my turn.
Oh, it's the Russians. Sorry.
Yeah, can I bring some reserves on?
Okay.
I was just going to say, I think it's supposed to be him. It's supposed to be Michael.
All right. There is one opportunity to bring reserves.
Ooh.
You're going to have to roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
What is available at this point? Go for it.
Try and roll higher than a 1 this time. Yeah. I'm consistent.
Another 1?
Yeah, another 1.
Oh.
I thought maybe it was a 2.
No, I haven't peaked yet.
Give me about 60 seconds, guys, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right, Bob. Oh, my God.
Well, so
What's that then? Let's go to activations right away.
To move the stuff I have got. Well, the cavalry, please. Southern Corps.
Right.
Right.
Where would you like to begin? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to attack, if I can, the Hussars and the 2 Dragoons in the front line with my Hussars, yeah, and the Cuirassiers with the 4 pips left. I'm not sure if I've got the range for that.
It's close, I think.
Might have, don't know.
Do you want to engage with these guys? This is your
Yeah,
Hussar.
I want to try and hit the flank of them, and with the Hussars hit the next lot of Dragoons, and the Cuirassiers that are behind the Hussars hit the Hussars from the Infantry Corps, Center Infantry Corps. Oh.
Just as a reminder, this unit is within distance of this Cossack unit, so he can activate and pull all these guys.
Yeah.
This Cossack is pretty much going to have to be activated separately from everybody else.
Yeah, I think yeah.
We're going to start with this guy here.
Yes,
We
please.
want to charge into the flank, if possible, these dragoons.
Yeah, if I can.
You want to avoid these guys.
Looks doable.
Now you are in their little zone of control, so the only option is basically to charge somebody. You don't have to charge them, but as long as you're charging, you can do this. Let me see. Right about this, keep you away from contact with these dragoons. If you move straight, boom, you make contact, it'll be frontal. The only way you could get a flank is if you turn literally like this. That's up to 45.
Well,
Question,
let's do that.
that bring your center point through their base. Boy, you are right on the edge. You know what? I will give it to you. I'll even nudge you over. These guys
Very
are,
generous, thank you.
these guys are Hussars. They got the gusto. Flank attack on the Dragoons right here. Hussars. You got that. But
Yeah.
the problem is now you are exposed with your flank on the approaching Dragoons.
That's fine. I want to send the other Hussars to attack them.
The other Hussars are right here.
Sorry, what's this? That's not a Cossack, is it there?
This is the bloody Cossacks.
Oh! Well, send them in. Send them in, come on.
You want to charge?
Yes. Yeah,
the
definitely.
drones?
Yeah.
Here's a nice ripe target. These guys are at 1 align. You're going to destroy them.
Well, I'd like the Cuirassiers to do that. They're behind the Cossacks.
The 4 curious, yeah, right
Yeah.
behind the Cossacks. I see what he's talking
Can
about.
they hit the Hussars?
These
I think
guys?
it's too close.
Yeah, you can hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cossacks to right, Cuirassier to the left. Okay.
Things just got interesting.
Yep.
That guy's got 1.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3. And
I think he has to activate.
yeah.
Do all that. So that would be 4. You want to do anything with this 1? Pretty much fatigued. You can't charge anyone.
Can I bring the Cuirassier through him?
These guys are faced the wrong direction.
Oh, of course they are. All right.
You could use a difficult maneuver. Or, no, you could use a full move if you want. Up to here.
that'd be a good one. Yeah, just bring them back behind those Cossacks. Yeah, I think they could be needed there. Right, so that's that, isn't it?
Well, do you want to do anything with him? I suggest you pull him back out of the action.
Yeah, might be an idea.
Yeah, he's done. Instead of leaving him there, it'd be good to keep him close for activation purposes, but that's about it.
Right.
What about this guy? These are the stars. They're down to 2.
Can you just move him sideways to plug the gap between those two?
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So that's that then, I think.
I do have an extra pod here. I don't know what it's from.
It was from infantry, Curtis. That was from one of the infantry units that left the table.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. That was 6 units activated. You're good.
Ooh. Okay.
Wasn't that 7, Curtis?
It was 6. He didn't do anything with this unit.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Let's pull back the grenadiers. Directly back, please.
I suppose you want to face the French.
Yeah.
All right, so it's only 1 base width. You want to be like this.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
that's it. Boy, the cards are not good to you today. At least you got something done there in the side. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
they said, we're not so brave now.
Let's shoot some artillery, I think, Kurt.
This will be your 5th shot. Targets. You do have a target here. Yes, you do. Long range, as well as this cannon. That's it. So this cannon with counter battery fire, your dice will be half. Or this infantry, you'll use your full dice.
Just use the full dice, please.
All right, your 5th shot grants you 3 dice.
Okay. 6.
You need 6s.
1, 2, 3.
Range, and that is it.
What's that?
We're going to go to close combat now. Oh boy. Let's see where our combats are. We've got this right here, and we've got another one. Cossacks right here. And we got a 3rd one back here. Let's start here because it's closest to me. We got the cuirassiers, which have charged into the almost depleted hussars. They're going to be destroyed no matter what. 1 fatigue at least. That's all they have. We're going to fight this out. Defender, you have 1 dice you're going to be rolling. You need a 4+.
That's you, Chris. Those are your guys.
Okay. How many dice?
1.
1? Okay. I got a 2.
So nothing. All right, Cuirassier, you have 4 Elan +1 for shock and charging. You got 5 dice. 4.
I got 2.
So 2 to zip. Defender is destroyed because he takes 2. Elan loss. He will be broken, and he is removed from the table. And the cuirassier, you're going to take 1 fatigue, and you will be able to advance. So your 4 drops to 3, Elan, and you can advance. Straight ahead, 1 base width. You will not make contact with anyone if you do so. I'll measure it so you can see where he would be. You're currently on the flank of these French dragoons.
Yeah, I think I'd stay there.
All right, you're going to stay. Let's fight this combat next and see what happens. Now, defenders are the dragoons. They have 5. They don't get their 5 dice.
Okay.
Dragoons. This is Bob.
All right. 5 dice.
5 dice.
1 success only. Yikes. Not good.
Russians charging. You have 4 Elan for Cossacks. No modifiers. Frontal attack. Go ahead and roll it. 4 dice.
Okay. Oh, 3.
The attacker wins again. Defender, you're going to take the combat difference, which is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Elan of 5 will drop to 3. You will retreat straight back. In this case, I'm going to move you straight back. You will be facing away from the enemy. No change in footprint. There. Boom. Would you rather be behind these dragoons here, just for safety's sake? I can put you there if you want.
Yes, please.
All right, that means you'll end up on top of them, which will push you back further to that point. All right, now the attacker. You
Take
take
your
1.
little contact with them, Curtis. Move there.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah,
one there.
that's it.
Perfect.
Reminded me.
You're welcome.
Cossacks, you take 1 Elan loss, so your 4 drops to 3.
That's 1 for the team.
You can advance. You can advance.
Actually, I might have an idea. Yeah, let's advance a base, please. Just thinking about the flank of my hussars.
Nice. Now we've got a nice juicy flank here. Defender is the dragoons. You have Elan 5. You're attacked on flank. You're going to have to re-roll successes. So 5
Okay.
dice. Re-roll successes.
All right. 4. 2
Ooh.
6s, a 4. I got to re-roll all the successes, right?
Yep.
All right. I dropped my dice. Hold on. Oh. Only 2.
All right, the hussars are rolling 4 dice.
Okay. 2.
Defender wins the tie. Dragoons will take 1 fatigue. That's 5 drop to 4. Attackers will take 2 fatigue. And they will retreat. I will put you. Let's see. 1, 2. You'll be facing the enemy. You'll be bumping on top of your cuirassier. So I'm going to take you down here. Basically going to be right there.
Yeah, okay.
That looks good enough to me.
Yep.
I'm reaching tonight. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, not bad. Not bad. Got some successes there, Michael. Pretty good.
Yeah.
We got one of the dragoons running for their lives here with 3 in line left. Where's the fourth one?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, let's not get crazy here. He's going to get some onion.
Countdown.
It's a strategic move. He's just pulling back a little bit.
He's just going. He went to get some onions. He'll be back.
Because we're getting confused here, I'm going to mark the French units of cavalry. The rest are Russian. This one's pretty obvious, but I'll mark them. Those are the dragoons.
Yeah.
All right, so you can see where the push is with the Russians coming in. All right. All right, end turn. We're going to go to the next turn.
I'm just going to grab a drink. I'll be right back.
All right.
This will be turn 14. That's going to be the French. Take a little break here and let Chris get back. How's the chat looking?
I don't know. I'm not monitoring. I don't have it open. If I open too many windows, my tablet will go crazy on me. I unplugged my tablet and went from 100% down to 90% automatically. I know one thing I'd like to do, Curtis.
What's that?
Bring my reserves on. There he is. Pizza?
It's lunchtime here.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I've been busy all day. I've been repairing stalls on a Triceratops.
Excellent. Where you work at a museum, a history museum?
Yeah, a museum and science center.
Oh, how cool is that? That's cool.
I'm an exhibit technician.
Ooh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I think we're ready whenever you are, Curtis. Take your time.
All right. All right. Okay, reinforcements time.
Yes, sir.
You want to bring them on, do you?
I'd like to, please.
1d6.
All right.
There's no modifiers to this roll.
It is a 5.
You bring them on. You get right, these are two cuirassiers, but for some reason this guy's a dragoon. I'm not going to go replace him. So there you
two
go.
brigades?
2 brigades of cuirassiers are now entering the board. They're done. Let's go to your activations now for move. These guys cannot move.
The ones that just came out cannot, right?
They cannot move.
Okay.
You are correct.
I guess I need to activate.
You gotta activate that cavalry.
Yeah, that's the most important one. So
You
I'll
gotta get that,
activate
get
the.
that dragoon down.
Yeah, activate the dragoons, please.
All right. This one is too far away, but I think the rest are fine. You can activate all 3.
Okay.
These 3.
The one in the middle,
Right.
can he pivot slightly and charge?
Who you want to target? These Cossacks?
Yes, please.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'd like to hit them. What do you think, Chris?
I think my infantry is okay in the middle, but I think we need to get that cavalry down south.
It's going to be a separate activation. Most forward, you're going to be exposed. The flank will be exposed. I think charging with them is a bad idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Maybe just pivot them slightly so the
Yeah.
flank, so their flank's not exposed. Can I
Yeah.
just pivot them just to protect their flank? I think that's. I don't want their flank exposed to any of his units. Okay. That's my.
You're safe. You're safe there.
Them, they're the safe. Okay. The unit that took the beating. Can I just turn them around?
You need to plug the gap.
Don't you think, Chris? Just turn them around.
Yeah, plug the gap.
I want to leave room for that other dragoon unit to get into the action.
Yeah.
Maybe advance them just a little bit. No, leave them there. Leave them there. That's fine. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
They're done. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Bob. 3 cards. You're done with that activation.
Mhm.
White flag. You're good.
The core activation for the northernmost Saxons. Yes. They're going to be behind the hill. Please. Actually, that unit with one, with only one line, he can come off the table now, right? I can just take him off, can't I?
Yes. That
I'd like
has
to
to be an individual activation, though.
Oh,
You want to just leave this as it is and leave it as a
Yeah.
core?
yes, I'll leave it at the core, please.
You're good.
You're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm solid.
Yeah, my other Saxons are good. The dragoons, the dragoons by themselves. We're gonna go to unit activations.
Right behind
Yeah,
my infantry. Yeah.
yeah, those guys. Can they get into the action down there with the other cavalry?
Down here?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, they can. Where would you like to go?
Slam his cavalry if I can, please.
You can't see them, so there's no charges.
Just plug the hole. Just turn them around so they're facing them to plug the hole.
Turn him around and move him forward one, then I guess. Just yeah, as far as they'll go, so that I can't get I don't want my cannon getting nailed from behind.
I don't want to get in the rear.
Yeah, the whole intention is to stop the cannon from getting nailed from behind.
All right, that's good then. Good.
Yes, sir. Yep.
You're still good.
That cannon on the hill, it has no shots left, does it? It's withdrawing, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot that. He's gone.
Okay.
I'd like to activate that southernmost unit of Saxons, please. Yeah. I can put them behind the hill if I can. Oh, you know what? No, they're good. They're good where they're at. His cannon can't fire at him, can he? Can he hit them with his battery? They're out of range, I think.
Out of range.
Okay, let's leave them there then, please. They're safe.
The only target, there are no targets for his artillery. He has to move.
Oh, hello, Kitty. Can you think of anything else, Chris?
I can't think of anything else.
Has your cat got any ideas?
No, she took off.
All right. I think we're done with activations then, Curtis.
All right.
Oh, I know we are. We're done. Good dice picking, guys.
I'm going to be going after this turn, guys.
All right, Michael.
Okay.
Okay, Michael.
It's all right. All right, Russian turn.
No, shooting. Shooting.
Oh, shooting. Sorry.
Shooting.
Close combat.
Nothing for the French. It's going to go right to close combat. We have
His artillery pieces. His artillery got long range on the guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take that shot, a parting shot for those guys, Chris, or you want to save
Yeah.
it just in case?
No, I'm gonna shoot.
All right, you're going to use your full dice. This is your last shot. It's going to be 2 dice. You need 6.
Good dice.
2 dice needing 6s.
And I got a 5 and a 2.
Nothing. Bye-bye. Withdrawn. The cannons are all pretty much out of the game. Next we're going to go to melees. It's 1 melee to resolve right here. That's going to be Dragoons and Cossacks. The Dragoons have charged the Cossacks. Dragoons, you are going to get 6 dice plus 1 for shock.
All right.
Wait a minute, let's let the defender roll first. He's got 3 dice. And that's it. 3 dice, Michael.
Okay. I've got 1.
1 success. Now you're going to be rolling 7 dice. Dragoons.
3 successes.
All right. Defender loses. That's the Cossacks. They're going to take the difference in dice roll, which is 2. That'll drop them down to 1. 3 Elan dropped to 1. They're not broken. They're going to have to retreat. 2 base splits away from the front edge, which pretty much will take you behind your cuirassier, which I think is a good idea. Get them out of the action. You're facing away from the enemy. It's getting crowded, so set them on top of a pod.
How many Elans did that put them down to?
1.
1, okay.
The attackers take 1 fatigue and they may advance.
I don't really see a reason to advance them. I don't think. I don't think that would help me in any way. Do you, Chris?
No.
Now you're not really in a position to flank anyone, and it'll just draw you closer to the front of these Russian forces.
I think they're good where they're at. Thank you.
Hold your ground.
Yes.
Close combat is now concluded. We got the French aligned right here. You got the Russians everywhere else. All right, that's the end. Go to the end phase. Goes to the Russians. This is Michael's party shot. This will be turn 15. So there's only tops another 2 turns left. And go ahead, Michael. Your reinforcements are not arriving. So activations. What would you like to begin, my friend?
Okay, it's got to be the cavalry again.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, this unit cannot withdraw. He's still too close to an enemy. He's at 101. This guy can't withdraw either. He's too close to the enemy. So you basically have to just move stuff.
Yeah. Let's send the Cuirassiers on their dragoons. On the that's the one. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. Just pivot him a little bit and then straight ahead.
You charging?
Yes.
This one?
Yes. Yes. Yes, please. And the Cuirassiers to hit the next lot of dragoons, please.
Good.
Yep.
Boom.
And
Hussars?
Hussars, yes, please, to go straight ahead and hit the dragoons in front of them.
You're just going for it. They only got 2 alarm left.
Yeah, well, you know.
Facing away, facing away.
Yeah.
You have the Hussars here. They have 2 alarm. Can't charge them, but they could charge haphazardly into the prepared infantry.
Yeah, go on.
No. I can't do it.
Yeah, go on. I'm going to re-roll and I'm going to score, yes.
All right.
Yes.
No, throwaway time, folks.
Positive vibes.
Now, you got this Cossack here can also be activated. Turn him around or pull back.
Pull back, please.
As far away as possible.
Yeah, if you would. Thank you.
And that would be your activate. You do have this one. Is that individual? I think it would have to be individual.
Individual, yes.
All right, so he's got 3 alarm. What would you like to do with him?
Can he turn about and if he turns about, he's only got 2, hasn't he? 2 movement.
No, you can have your full movement, but you're going to be facing the direction you move to.
If he turns around, isn't that a difficult move?
No.
It's not. No, is it?
No.
No. Well, if I can turn around and go into those dragoons as well, that'd be a bit of a bonus.
You can't see him. You can't do that.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not looking that way. No. All right then.
No, let me take that back. You can see them. The problem is when you charge, you're limited to your front 45-degree arc. You can pivot
At the start of the turn.
45 degrees.
At the start of the turn. Okay. Would you? Okay. Will you just turn them around then, please?
All right.
Yep. So, see what the cards say.
That's a good position. Nothing wrong with that. Now, you got to look at this. If your Hussars withdraw, these guys advance, they'll be up here. So you'll be in a good position here to hit them on the flank if they do that. Right now, you're threatening that flank, that opportunity to flank. So it's a good position to be in. You don't have to go any further forward.
No.
It's good. All right, so lastly is this unit. That would be a separate activation, I think. I think this was separate.
Yeah.
No, it would have been eligible for core activation before everybody else moved. It would have been eligible for core.
All right.
Yeah, it would have been.
Okay then.
Yeah.
There's the 7 cards, and I'll allow you to move him as far away as possible.
Yes, please.
So he activated everything. This guy here was probably too far away for the core activation. That's probably what I'm saying.
Was,
He was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
I'll let you have it.
But
Yeah.
that guy was close to that Cossack unit before it charged my infantry.
yeah, it was good.
And the next one, please, the north. I'd like to just advance. Yeah, I can advance everything, please.
Now we're talking. This will be a core activation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Including the guns.
Yes, please.
Whoops. What am I doing?
Oh,
Thinking cavalry.
okay then.
Up.
Oh,
There it goes. So, straight round to fighting.
Yep. I think your grenadier is the only thing that didn't move, right?
Yeah.
I don't think momentum is too kind to you, actually.
No, well, there was a turn that I dithered a bit last night, and I think that was it. I should have charged in then. I stopped to shoot you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
All right, moved. These guys are out of range. Cavalry can't shoot, so we're going right to melee. We've got 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, all along the line here on the left flank of the French. Let's see what happens. Let's start off with this horrible, horrible charge into a brigade.
Prepared position.
All right, defenders, the French. You're going to have 6 dice.
6 dice?
6 dice.
Let me know when to roll.
6 dice, you need 4s.
4s?
4.
6, 5, 4, 1, 1, and a 2. So 3 successful.
3 successes. They're not re-rolled because you're prepared. You have no flanks. The Hussars are attacking. They have 2 Elan. They get 2 dice. 4 pluses, Michael.
Even if I get 2, I'll take 2 losses, don't I? And retire.
Just
Yeah.
re-roll.
Successes too.
It's
2 dice.
So I'll roll anyway. 2 3s. Well, that makes it easy.
So no successes. If you had had any, they would have had to been re-rolled because you're attacking prepared infantry. So the attacker has failed. The French infantry will take 1 fatigue. So their 6 drops to a 5. No matter what, the cavalry would end up retreating even if they survived.
Those infantry have done their job.
Yeah, they did. Quite effectively. Holding on to that little corner.
They've been prepared the whole battle. For that charge, turn 1.
The cavalry will take 2 Elan hits, which breaks them. No retreat, they're picked up and removed. Gone. To their deaths. And that's it for that combat. Now, something a little bit more exciting. We have the Cuirassier for the Russians with 3 Elan. Get out 3 dice. Don't roll them yet. Going against the defending Dragoons, which are pretty fresh. They have 6 Elan. Get out 6 dice, defender.
All right.
You need 4 pluses.
Okay, here we go. Only 2 successes.
Attacking Cuirassier, you have 3 Elan plus 1 for shock. You did charge. 4 dice.
4. 2.
Once again, a drawn combat. Unbelievable. It's 1 fatigue on the defender. Doesn't break you. So your 6 drops to 5. Two fatigues on the cuirassier, making them fatigued. They're down to 1. They will retreat straight back. Takes them to here, facing you. Next close combat is down here. Cuirassier, once again, with 4 Elan. Get your dice ready. Against the defending Dragoons that have 5 Elan. 5 Elan Dragoons. You're the defender. Roll it.
2 5s and a 6.
Mm.
3 successes. Attacking Cuirassier. Elan 4 plus 1 for shock. 5 dice.
2.
Oh, brutal.
One fatigue on the Dragoons. Where are we? Their 5 drops to 4 Elan. They're not broken. They won the combat. The Cuirassier. They take 2 fatigues and they will retreat. Their 4 Elan drops to 2. Unfortunate. And they will retreat. I'm going to go this way between the units. Facing you. Facing the French. That's good enough for me. Where's their pod? Finally, one last combat here. Charging Hussars with Elan 2. Going against the defending Dragoons, French, with 4 Elan. They're going to roll 4 dice, the French. Need 4 plus.
2 successes, a 6 and a 4.
Attacking Hussars. 2 dice. No modifier. 2 dice. Michael. 4s.
2 3s.
Oh, God. You need new dice, man. That's it. I got to
Yeah,
send.
I'd throw those in the trash.
All right.
It's the green dice, you know.
That's-
They don't work.
Defender wins again. Defender wins again. He takes 1 fatigue, holds his ground. He's not broken. 4 drops to 3. The attacking Hussars, on the other hand, they've lost. They take 2 fatigue. They are broken. Pretty much wipes them out.
Hasbro says, time to execute some dice to enhance the performance of others.
Calling the commissars.
Hey, Curtis,
Yes.
is that 25% losses for the Russians yet? Probably not, huh?
Well, at this point, they're at a really close. They could break, but no, they haven't reached that.
Okay. Just wondered.
And that's it. That's close combat, and that's Michael's part of the game, really.
Yeah, that's me for the evening, chaps.
All right.
Thanks for the game.
Appreciate it. Good
Thank you, Mike.
Michael.
I think I managed to snatch, defeat from the jaws there. No, I think you did well with the Dragoons that turned up. That just completely scotched me, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
We just got lucky they showed up.
Yeah, without the Dragoons, it would have been all of us, I think.
Well, we know the risks, don't we, when we join the game? It's about dice rolling and things.
It is. It is.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right. Take
Thanks,
care.
man.
Have a nice evening, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll send you
Bye.
the results. Ta-ta.
Well, there you go. That's 30
Okay.
turns.
All right, we're going to do one more French turn at least. This will be 14. But so far, the French are doing outstanding, holding the line, holding their flank, and securing the hill. The Russians have achieved nothing at this point except staying on the field.
I thought that last turn was the Russians' 15th turn.
Oh, it's the 15th turn on the Russians.
Yeah, that was it. This would be turn 16.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So we're going to carry on?
Yes, one more turn.
All right. I guess I could just activate those dragoons and peel off his cavalry.
Yeah.
Because our heavy horse can't get down there, so
No, we might as well head him towards the hill.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Now, mind you, these two cuirassiers are part of these dragoons' corps.
Oh,
Oh,
that'll still be an individual activation if I want to use them, though.
Well, they'd activate as a corps separately. It would still be a corps activation, the two of them, anyway.
Right.
It wouldn't have to be individual activations.
Okay. I'd like to activate the cavalry corps, please.
Which ones? You've got
Southernmost ones.
all
What are
these
his?
guys can activate together, and these two
Yeah.
cuirassiers can act together.
Okay, the one closest to the infantry.
All right. So the dragoons.
Yes, the dragoon closest to the infantry. They like to charge straight down. And I want those.
Cuirassier, you could finish them off. They're down to one alarm.
Yeah, I'd like to charge in the Crossier.
Sounds good. That's ace in the hole right there. I'd also do the same thing right here with these dragoons.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
And finally, you could get these guys in on them, but then you're exposed to the Cossacks.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Are those Cossacks at full on? No, they're not.
They're at 3.
I'd like to charge those Cossacks if I could.
Right, you can. I'll pivot you 45. You'll make your charge into contact. Boom.
And the 4th Brigade, just put them in the middle, I think.
You want to go this direction, or you want to go up behind?
Yeah. No, I think fill the gap with them is probably the most prudent thing to do.
All right, that's one activation for a corps activation. And you got 4 French flags. You're good. Next
Okay.
corps activation.
I'd like to activate the other cavalry corps. Yeah.
Now, these are part of the same corps as these guys, but you're just activating them separately as a corps.
I understand that. Right. Had they been within one base width, I could have made it part of that overall corps activation,
I
right?
think, yeah, I believe the rules call this a force. A bunch of units activated together is called a force, but it's just terminology. These
Yeah,
guys
well,
right here are activated.
I'd like to activate that force and move them forward. Now, how far can they go? They can't do a reserve move, can they?
No,
Even though they're behind that hill.
no.
Okay, then move them forward, please.
They're already deployed for combat when they got on the table. They're ready to fight.
Gotcha.
That's a special rule we're using for the scenario. In fact, folks, we are using a few special rules for the scenario. So yeah, it might seem odd, some of the things we're doing. That's why. All right, let's do more. You're still in core activations.
Chris, is there anything you want to do with that big center core, or do you want to?
I'm just holding.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea. And I'll activate the northernmost Saxon corps, please. Yeah.
All right, they're both within distance. Where do you want to go?
I put them on the crest of the hill.
Let's see if we can pull that off.
What I don't want to do, I want to make sure those cuirassiers, those heavy horse, have room to get over that hill if they need to.
All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. This guy is fatigued. He can actually withdraw if you want to use an individual activation.
Yeah, I was thinking of he can still shoot, so I was going to put him in position that if he advanced, I would at least have one more dice to roll to shoot with. Is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't think I need him anymore. What do you think, Chris? Get him off the table?
I'd get him off the table.
Okay, we'll take him off the table. Withdraw him, please.
That'll be an individual activation. So you're done with core activations, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 cards will be drawn for that. Now you can do any more individual activations you please.
Yeah, put those other Saxons behind the hill, please. Yes.
Is that okay?
Yep, perfect.
You're still good. There's 2 cards left.
Yeah, the other Saxons. Can I move them behind the hill?
You want them on the crest?
Actually, leave them there, just in case.
I'd
well,
leave him there.
Yeah, leave them there. I think that's all the activations we have, unless Chris thought of something else.
No, I think that's good.
Okay, we're good.
It was the next card. All right, we're going to go to shooting. See if the French maneuvering here has made any difference. I don't think so. It's mostly charges, actually.
Yeah, there's no shooting.
There's no shooting. So we're going to go to close combat. All down the line. We'll start one's closest to me because it's easier. We got right here, and right here. Let's start here. We've got charging dragoons on 5. Get 5 dice ready.
6 dice.
Against, yeah, 6 because you're charging.
Yeah.
There's your 6 dice.
All right.
Unfortunate Cuirassier only got 1 Elan. They're charged, so they're only going to have 1 dice. So they'll roll first. They need a 4+. They get a 3 and failed. Go ahead. Roll.
You failed?
They failed. No successes.
Only 1 success.
Wow.
I know. Whew. Wow. Well, that's all it took.
That's all it took. The fatigue, the difference will be applied to the Russians, which is 1. So they are broken and removed from the table. And the attackers, which 1, you're going to take 1 fatigue, and you can advance if you want.
The advance has to be straightforward, right?
Straightforward to base.
Yeah. Well, those two cavalry units are the Russians down in the south. Are they retreating?
Yes, they're both at 1 Elan each.
Okay, leave my guy where he's at, please.
All right. Next close combat. The attacking dragoons have 4 dice plus 1 for shock. They're going to have 5 dice. And the Russians are going to have 2. They're going to have 2 dice on defense. They will roll right now. Hold on, that wasn't a roll.
No, didn't look like a roll.
You're going to take that. It's a nice double 6.
Ooh.
That's 5 dice, Bob. Roll it.
Come on, Bob.
2 5s and a 6.
5s and a 6 is 3 successes. The dragoons have 1, even against my double 6. Ooh. The defending cuirassier take the difference, which is 1. And 2 Elan becomes 1. They are now fatigued. They will have to retreat. And they're going to go straight back this way, and they are facing away from the enemy. Footprint does not change. Let me double check the distance. Should be that far right there. Don't want to give you any millimeters. And the attacker, you're going to take 1 fatigue. 1 fatigue, and you may advance. Your 4 becomes a 3 Elan. Do you want to advance forward?
I think not.
You want to chase him down?
Well, I can't hit him, right?
No.
Oh, he's forcing me to withdraw. Yeah, I'll chase him down.
Go for it. And finally,
That seems like a good thing to do.
finally, less combat. Will the Cossacks survive? It's equal elan, except the Dragoons get a bonus for charging. So the French Dragoons get 3 dice plus 1 for shock, 4 dice. Now the defending Cossacks have an elan of 3, and they're going to roll 3 dice. Let me roll mine. See what I get. Come on, Cossacks, hold your ground. 1 success.
All right. I have 4 dice, correct? Total?
4 dice in total.
3 successes. 2 4s and a 6. Yeah, 2 4s and a 6.
Fatigues. The loser is the Cossacks. They've lost by 2. That difference of 2 is going to be applied to their elan. That drops them to 1. They are now fatigued and will have to retreat. They are going to go this way. And they're facing away from the enemy. Footprint doesn't change. Boom. There he is. Now, 1 elan lost to the Dragoons. Their 3 becomes 2. They have the option of advancing straight ahead.
Yes, please.
There you go. That's the end of close combat. And that's the end of
the Russian cavalry.
Yep, that's the end of the Russian cavalry for sure. Wow, you decimated them.
Dragoons saved the day.
Each of these units is down to 1 elan. They're all fatigued. They can no longer charge. They're basically useless. He has to withdraw them from the battle or have them destroyed, one or the other. They're solid in the center. They got 3 full-strength Grenadier Guard units that have yet to see combat. And their flank here actually looks threatening to this hill. And as we all know, that is the objective of the game. Unfortunately, it's going to take them about 3 turns to get in position to get on that hill. And that's longer than the battle is going to last. So therefore, there is the possibility that the Russians... No. There's no possibility to take that hill. But it would be interesting. So what we'll do is we'll play this out. Russian turn. Let's see what they can do. There's no other players in the game, right? It's just us?
Yeah.
All right, looks like you're squaring off against me, at least for a turn here.
I don't know if there's anybody in the chat.
All right, activation. And activate these guys right here. Grenadier Corps. All 3 of them. They're going to make simple moves. That's 3. Then activate this Northern Corps. The infantry are going to haul butt straight ahead. As well as the cannon. That's 4. Oh, that's the end. Oh my God, it carried over when you left. All right, can't do anything. We're going to go to shooting. Nothing can shoot. So it's going to go to the French. I'll give you 1 more turn, and I'll take 1 more turn. Now think, you have to possess that hill. It could be contested, and the battle could be a draw in that sense. So consider that.
I think we should put Cuirassier on that hill, don't you, Chris?
Yeah.
So I'll activate the Cuirassier.
Well, how about we? He's got that 1 cannon. How many shots does that cannon have?
1.
1. Okay.
Or one thing we could consider is you could consider charging the Grenadiers.
I'm gonna swing and charge
to hold them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Those Grenadiers, they are gonna get +1 when you attack them because they all have the
steady
attribute. So they're going to get 8 dice against you because they have a 7 elan +1. It's going to be 8 dice against your 6. So you think about it, you sure you want to do that?
This unit here can charge these Grenadiers.
I know. I'm just letting them know what's going to happen. The Grenadiers are going to have 8 dice.
So can
Yes.
they. And the other two. And these two can also charge.
How many turns are we playing here?
We'll play at least one more.
I'm saying charge, Bob, because if I can even tie him up that one turn.
You don't want to try and shoot them up?
Well, if he shoots at him, it's not going to slow him down.
No, it's not going to slow him down. It's just
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I'd rather get into him.
Absolutely. I agree. Go ahead.
All right, so activate.
Yeah.
This unit is a separate activation, so which one would you like to activate first? These two?
Yeah, those two.
All right, so boom. I'm not sure you can reach them. I'll give that to you if you want to be doubled up on him, or I'll put it like this. This wouldn't be a flank attack.
Okay, I'll do that.
It's almost a flank attack, but part of your base is in his front corridor. All right, so that's 2 cards. Next activation,
The next infantry.
that'll be a separate individual activation. If you do that, there's no more core activations for the turn.
Okay.
He was too far away.
Do you want to activate the Cuirassier?
Yeah, let's activate those. Yeah.
There we go.
Is there any way possible for them to hit the Grenadiers?
No.
Okay. Then let's put them,
Base of the hill?
in the position to protect the hill.
You want to be on the hill?
How far away are you as your infantry from the hill?
1 move.
Yeah, put them up so they can charge next turn.
Up
Or
on
just
the crest. Now you can't.
Just put them on the crest, please.
Crest
Right.
of the hill.
You have to put him on the crest so you can see over it.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. So you have to charge or shoot uphill. Well, you won't be able to shoot them, so you'll have to charge uphill. Well, they're fine. They're good. You're not going to make it.
You sick, Chris?
Yeah, I got a cold.
I hear it.
Sorry.
All right, one unit of Cuirassier can see at the crest line. They're in position to charge anyone in line of sight now and comes close to the hill. But this one cannot do that. It will only get so far and it cannot see over that crest line. It's not actually at the crest line, if you can see my measuring stick. The crest line is like a half a base width ahead of it.
That's okay. I'm up there anyway.
Yeah, put yourself on the hill at least. All right, that's 2 activations. You're still in core. Oh, white card.
Oh, needed that last activation.
Shoot.
All right, we're going to go to shooting. Oh, boy.
I guess my Saxons will shoot the Russians.
Can't shoot.
In close combat.
Yep.
He can't shoot those other guys that are not engaged.
I engaged both.
Oh, they are engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't know you had all 3 of them engaged.
Well, I got
2
the
of them
2
engaged.
northern ones engaged.
Excellent. Can you shoot him?
Okay, so I get to shoot with that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it.
He looks all fired up.
So how many dice is that?
This will be 6 dice, half to 3. You need 6s, and the first 5 is also a hit.
Okay.
3 dice.
5 and 6.
5 and 2 ones.
5?
Yeah, so 1.
So they're 7 Elan, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, drops to 6 against the Grenadiers. That's the only shooting. Close combat, we got a couple of them right here in the middle. The Grenadiers have been charged frontally by the counterattacking French. Let's mark these and start from the north. It'll be right here. French, you're going to be rolling 6 dice.
Okay.
No modifiers. It's not a flank attack, believe it or not. 6 dice.
I roll first.
I'll roll first. The defenders are around 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dice and +1 because they have steady. So 8 dice. They need 4 pluses. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Going.
We use that flank.
Okay, you ready? What do I need?
4 plus.
How about all of them?
You got them all?
I got them all. I got
Oh,
2
man.
6s, 2 5s, and 2 4s.
Wow.
And I'm gonna
2 good rolls.
Yep, you're 1 by 1.
You guys see that?
No.
Oh yeah. Okay. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Both you guys rolled really high.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
All right, so anyway, the defending Russians lost. They take the difference between scores, which was 1 as an Elan hit. So there's 7 Elan drops to 6. They're not broken, but they will have to retreat. Now the attackers, they take 1 fatigue and they will be able to advance. So 1 fatigue on theirs is 6 drop to 5. Let me retreat here.
Even though I hate to see them lose a line, that seems so realistic. You know, they're still tired from the combat, and I kind of like that rule.
We were the defender. We're facing away from the enemy. That's not good. It's not good. You want to advance. Straight ahead of the base.
No.
You don't think so? Try and keep the enemy from getting on that hill.
Can we advance towards the hill?
No.
No.
But
Because what do we got? 1 turn? So he's going to get another turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. If he advances, Curtis, will it stop anybody from getting on the hill? You know what I'm saying? The intention is to protect the hill with his advance if he chooses to advance.
Yeah, it would make it a little
harder. I'll move forward to right behind the grenadiers there. Yeah.
There you go. Keep the pressure on.
Yeah.
All right, next final combat is right here. Again, same thing. The French are charging. They're going to have 6 dice once again. The defending Russians are going to have Elan 7 + 1, which is 8 for their steady trait.
Oy.
So 8 dice for the defending Grenadiers.
What happened to the French Grenadiers? They didn't show up.
They're having their onion soup.
Yep. Only 3 successes this time. Shouldn't be too difficult.
1 6, 2 5s, and a 4.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Successes. You 1 by 1 again. So the Russians will take the difference as a Elan loss.
It's a clutch.
Drop them down to 6. And they will retreat. I run out of pods.
Time to make more.
I thought I had them here.
I'm going to make some of those. I like those.
Anyway, they're going to retreat.
I need to get some of those teeny dice.
Facing away from the enemy, which is a good thing.
I'm going to advance.
He's going to advance forward 1 base.
Don't expose your flank.
Oh, whoa.
Too late.
Ah.
Sure it is.
It's like, when did we start playing chess?
Yeah, don't get bloodlust. You're not playing Minotaurs here.
So your 6 drops to 5. Kaboom. And their 7 drops to 6, facing away. That's not good. That's really unfortunate. Oh, wow. And that's the end of close combats. Now we're going to go into the next turn, end phase and all that. It's all done. This will be the final turn for both sides. Russians are first. Deck is shuffled. We're good to go. No reinforcements for the Russians. They're going to start activating stuff quite rapidly. And what we're going to do is we're going to yeah, this is unfortunate. I'm going to activate this core in the north. We're going to advance, get on the hill, therefore contesting it, which will force a draw so far.
Until the Crossiers slam you off of it.
This cannon is not budging. It's
Okay.
laid on some fire. So that's 3. So far, so good. Now we're going to look in the center and see if we can do something here to fix this. We're going to do a core activation. This brigade of infantry will charge this unit here. It's going to be a frontal attack. So he charges the French. We're now weakened. Also, this unit right here will turn itself around. Let's see, I got to measure from the back. I shouldn't have done that. Can't charge. Yeah, there's really nothing these guys can do to turn around. They can't contest that hill at all. So I'm just going to turn around and face you, I guess. You can shoot at me. You're welcome to. So anyway, 3 cards. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well. I'm still good. Cavalry, I'm going to pull. Now, they're all dispersed so much that the only thing I can do at this point is use individual activations, which I'll do. This unit will withdraw from the battlefield for 2. This unit will. I don't think he can.
Is it 4 base widths away, right?
Yeah, so he can't. So he's just going to move for 2, and there's the flag. So he moves 4 up to there. And that's it. That ends my turn. We're going to go to shooting. Everything moved pretty much. Except the cannon. The cannon will definitely fire. Boom. This is its last shot, I believe.
I think so. He saved that last shot wisely.
No canister. It's going to be long range. I can pick my target. I've got cavalry on the crest of this hill. My dice will be halved against you. I think I will shoot at the infantry just for giggles, because I like that. And I'm going to roll me 3 dice. I need 6s. And I failed. So the last game did nothing. It will be withdrawn from the battle. Close combats. Right here. Close combat. Guard grenadiers charged.
I get 5 dice?
The French. You are the defender. You will have 5 dice, and that is it. You need 4s.
4 successes. I got 1, 2.
4 successes? All right.
Yeah, I got 3 5s and a 4.
Those look like dice from Vegas.
Yeah, I got casino dice.
I have one somewhere. Got the hole drilled through it.
They have 6 elan, the Russians do. They get +1 for shock. You get extra dice. Ouch. Two successes.
Ouch.
Apparently, I had grenadiers and just didn't know it.
Yeah, they snuck in there.
All those lands.
You take 1 loss. Hold your ground. You did not break, unfortunately, for the attacking grenadiers.
The success.
They will take. They will take 2 elan losses, dropping them down to 4, and they will retreat.
The success of the dragoons has inspired the French infantry.
Facing you. What happened, Bob?
The success of the dragoons inspired the French infantry.
Yeah, they did. Not a good day for the Russians. All right, and that concludes the Russian turn, concludes the Russian part of the game. Now this is your chance to finish up your moves, tighten things up, and to save any dignity you might have lost. So go for that.
Do we have to get those guys off the hill to win?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
contested.
Yes,
Or what if we destroy enough of your units?
you'll win.
I'm thinking the dragoons might be able to do that, don't you?
Well, I don't know if we should take a chance. I think we should activate the cavalry on the hill first.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. The dragoons are just kind of an insurance policy.
Yeah.
So I'd like to activate the cuirassier on the hill, please.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Charge the infantry contesting the hill.
This unit here is in position to charge. They are in range. They can do so.
I'd like to do.
Over the All right, you have one more cuirassier brigade to do something with.
Can they charge the same unit?
No, there's no room. They can't see anyway over the crest. There's no one they could charge
How about we just get them up on the hill?
at the crest line. So you're not. Well, I'm not going to be shooting. I'm done. So
I don't see any reason to do anything else.
Okay.
All right. Where else do you want to go? You want to crash into the grenadiers?
I think we should do the cavalry down south, Bob.
Yeah, I'd like to activate the dragoons, please.
All right, that's another core activation. You have your dragoons right here, 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 and here.
Yeah, I wanted to move them so I can try and polish off your remaining cavalry, please.
All right, this guy's going to pivot slightly. His front is crossing the enemy's base. Make a little bit of room for this dragoon unit to also charge. Both of these are flank attacks. It's going to be brutal.
I was just going to ask if those were considered flank attacks because your rear is facing us, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
And this unit can also activate, but not this one. That's a separate.
That's fine.
Okay.
How far forward can he move? Can he hit that unit?
Yes, he can.
I'd like to do that, please.
Finish off the Cossacks.
Yes. That's 3.
Yep, your turn's done.
Oh.
I think we're okay though, Bob.
You know, white card.
All right, French, shooting phase. Right here, you got shooters here and here.
I will shoot with the most northern one first.
All right, you got 5 Elan at close range. You don't hit on the first 5 in this case, but you get 5 dice for being at volley range. So 5 dice.
Okay. I got 1-6.
Drops their Elan to 5. Next shooting, you have Elan 4. Let me check your range. I think it's still long range, skirmish range. Yes, it is. So your
Okay.
dice are halved. You got 4, half to 2. You hit on the first 5 and any 6s. 2 dice.
No, nothing.
Okay. No more shooting. Saxons can't shoot at anyone. That's it. We're going to go to melees. Let's start here. So I have that and this. Let's start up in the north. We've got the dragoons coming over the crest line, crashing into the oncoming Russian musketeers who are at 5 Elan. The defenders, musketeers, will roll 5 dice. They also have steady. They're going to get a bonus of +1. Now, interesting, this is really our first cavalry on infantry really going on. So because I'm not prepared against his cavalry, I will have to re-roll my successes. But one thing is guaranteed. The cavalry will have to retreat regardless of the results.
Why is that?
Cavalry always do that, unless you break it.
Oh, so the way we can get you off that hill.
6, 5, 5. 3 successes you have to beat. Your Elan is full 6. Plus
Don't you have
1 for shock is 7 dice.
Curtis, don't you have to re-roll those?
Didn't I?
No.
No.
Sorry. Ah, 2. All right, you're Elan 6 plus 1 is 7.
I don't see any way I can get you off the hill.
You have to retreat.
Ha! 1.
Oh.
I don't believe that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes.
Okay, Bob, we better hope we kill him down south.
All right.
Close to the game.
Defender takes 1. 5 drops to 4. I am not broken, which is unfortunate for you. Attacker. I'm not broken, so you will take 2 losses. So your 6 becomes 4. And you will have to retreat regardless. Here they go. Where do you want me to put you? Straight back behind these guys? I really can't. You could go this way.
No, no,
And then
not,
here.
no.
Get behind your
Get
other
behind.
dragoons. You're
Yeah.
still on the hill.
Yep.
All right.
Don't forget to give him his little dice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Bob. I think we have to depend on our cavalry to finish it off.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. These guys are cuirassier, not dragoons. You get an
Yeah.
extra dice. Go ahead and
Oh,
roll.
roll an extra die. Come on,
Oh,
Bob.
So 1 more.
6.
A 1. Ah.
Okay, it didn't change anything.
Guy fell on his own blade.
It would have been a draw. That would have just made it a draw. We still would have lost the combat.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so let's go to the next combat. See if we can finish off my cuirassier. Defender has 1 Elan, no modifiers whatsoever. I just need a 4. Hitting the rear, I got to re-roll it if it's success, which it wasn't. So nothing. You're going to roll a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dice.
All right. Let me grab some more dice here.
That includes your Elan, which is 7, plus 1 for each unit. They both have shock, so that's an additional 5 to get. So 9.
All right. 9 dice. 1, 2, 3 successes.
This unit is destroyed. You can advance and say hello.
Oh.
Next, final combat of the battle. We've got dragoons with 3 Elan. You get +1 for shock. It's 4 dice. Go ahead and roll.
2.
2 successes. Russians will roll for giggles. They get 1 Elan. They have to re-roll successes for being attacked in the butt. So 4, that's a success. Re-roll it. Nothing. With a 1, they got nothing. 2 successes will destroy the Cossacks. They suffered 2 Elan loss. They only had 1. They are broken. These dragoons advance for giggles. And that, my friends, concludes the battle. Now,
Right,
let's
she's
look at
here.
the situation.
Okay. Go find out what time you're gonna be back, and then come back and tell me. You got your phone?
Divide these guys up. These are core division lines. Wow, the cavalry was totally destroyed for the Russians. They only have 1 fatigued Cossack unit remaining out of 7. The entire corps was decimated.
I
Thanks
thought
to
the corps was gonna run us over.
Yeah, yeah. Your dragoons saved the day against those cavalry. Took reasonable losses. Not bad at all.
The Hussars held that cavalry for a long time.
Yeah, they did.
It did. And that one lone infantry.
Yep. That was really well played there. Very good. In the center, I think the Russian advance got stalled. Probably should have engaged a lot sooner and put a lot more pressure on that center, but they didn't do that. They had bad luck with the momentum. I know that, so that didn't help the situation. I remember Michael was always saving his guard for his final activation, which I don't. That hurt.
And then the musketeers got shot up. They never even saw close combat.
Yeah, he did put a lot of effort in his cavalry attack, though. His cavalry attack.
Yeah,
It's
he may have focused too much effort on that.
maybe just wasn't going his way. Kudos to the French Hussars.
I guess my failed attempt attack with the Saxons turned out to be good because they kind of stalled that advance in the north
Yeah.
by counterattacking.
Now, as far as the hill is concerned, what do you guys think about that?
I think you're dead meat.
The hill defense.
Yeah, the Saxons, when they counterattacked, they kind of stalled the advance of that northern Russian corps.
Do you think the Russians could have been more aggressive in the north and attacked this hill earlier?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have wiped. He should have charged or attacked my Saxons when he had a chance, and ran him down and advanced on that hill. That's what I think he should have done. But what do you think, Curtis?
I'd agree. I think your Saxons coming off the hill was probably a mistake.
It was definitely a mistake.
You had 5 Alans starting, but you had a bonus by having the high ground. You'd be penalized +1 attacking up it. So that's what you would want to do.
Yeah.
Plus his artillery would have to keep shooting at you guys that have cover. You're obstructed. I don't know. It would have been a close call if he attacked here like he should have. 3 infantry brigades. They don't have shock. They're not grenadiers. They're fighting uphill. It would be difficult, even against Saxons. The cuirassier would have saved the day, I'm sure, once they did arrive and make sure this hill was contested at least. I really think he needed the pressure in the middle more than anything.
Agreed.
But that didn't happen. Momentum, his prioritizing was off, I think. These guys should have been first more often. And, take the bonus with the cavalry if you could. Once those dragoons come on, it was like, uh-oh, all right, we're not going to break through that too quick. That's what
I think the center was fine.
Yeah. Chris, you did outstanding holding your ground. Good stuff.
The French held the center throughout the entire battle. All what, four phases of it, 5 phases?
Yeah, well, what I'm saying here is that Chris avoided the temptation as a player to just launch into this mess of weak musketeer units. He could have done that.
It was never a consideration.
No, we decided right from the beginning that I was just going to hold the center.
Excellent. But Bob, on the other hand, he come ripping off the hill with his Saxon conscripts.
I don't know what I was thinking.
That was great, though. I thought it was frustration. And he's like, they're not attacking me. Come on. Why didn't you come after me?
Why I did that is I didn't want to sit up there and get shot up by Russian guns.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what my
3 batteries in the beginning. Yikes.
Yeah, right. And that was my thinking, was not to just sit up there and get shot up by Russian guns and be decimated and then have no one to, hold the hill or whatever. So I tried to be proactive and some bad rolls. Plus, I didn't know that all Russian units had steady. I might have reconsidered that from the get-go. I know on that.
Yeah.
And, a couple people in the chat said I should have dropped back behind the hill. That's what I should have done, and I didn't think about it at all.
Yeah.
That was the plan. Ian said it, and somebody else said it.
I think it was me. I
Yep.
said we should have pulled a Wellington and sat on the reverse slope.
And that is what I should have done. And then if they got close, I could have took the crest of the hill again. That's okay.
What do you think about momentum? Did it play a role in your
Oh,
passing him through? Did it favor you?
momentum definitely hurt him, I think, like you said.
Yeah.
2 turns in a row, he couldn't do anything with the Grenadiers because he ran out of momentum. So they were just, that center unit was just sitting out there within musket range. Getting shots, and they could do nothing but suck up the lead.
Was there any turn in particular prior to the last few that you lost momentum, that you really needed it, really wanted it, and it frustrated you that you didn't?
The last turn, I would have liked to have got more cavalry crushing some of your guys, but I can't think of anything. Can you?
I can't think of any.
I think momentum was kind to us.
Yeah. It wasn't that our dice rolls were terrible at the beginning.
Yeah. I couldn't roll a hit yesterday to save my life. And I guess my nephews and my brother picked the right dice for me. So I have to hand out some more.
I think me sending those 2 brigades of hussars down south stalled them, made them bunch up.
Yeah.
And then had some good rolls down there.
Yeah.
Michael's dice were hot yesterday.
Yeah, they were. I was worried yesterday.
Those 2 little units of hussars, those 2 brigades of hussars, held up an entire corps of cavalry. That's great.
I like to give credit to that 1 infantry unit that just stayed there prepared the entire time. Because I think
that was on his mind for sure.
Yeah,
you know,
I think it was.
He protected the entire flank of our center, that 1 brigade did.
Yeah, it's down to only 5 Elan. It only took 1 hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think really, honestly, if you just don't look at what happened to the Russians, like the lack of aggression because of lack of momentum, I think that you have to say that what won this battle for the French was that infantry brigade and the hussars.
Yeah.
The timely arrival of the dragoons. Those little 3 factors is what won it for you.
I think Bob and I waiting that extra turn to get that +1 helped too.
Now, did you have a +2? You rolled a 6. It didn't matter, right?
Yeah, but I think just waiting gave us a little bit better chance.
Yeah.
We safe. We wanted to play it safe and try and increase our odds of getting that corps on.
That was cool. See, the way I work that into the game is that imagine that you have this cavalry reserve that is in motion. It's actively moving on the battlefield. Its resources are being pulled. They're not in a fixed location. So the time that they arrived was relatively random. The time between your orders to say, get up here, and the time for them to get up here was the part that was randomized. The second part that was random is which table edge they would come on. It could have been here, which it was, or it could have been in the north, or it could have been in the south. You got a roll here, and which was quite fortunate. It puts you in a position to go either way, particularly the hill. You chose to go on the left flank. But that's how that was represented. Cavalry was in motion. And that's why you didn't ride at once.
Had they come out in the south, it would have been even more devastating for the Russian cavalry, though, wouldn't it?
My God, you could have come on this board edge in the south. You could have come up behind them.
That would have been just brutal if we'd have been hitting them from behind right away.
Yeah, crushed them.
Might have crushed them quicker and feed those dragoons up to do something else.
Yeah. I think more than a lot of games, Blucher represents, besides momentum, it represents the use of reserves really well. And we didn't really use it a lot in this game. The Russians didn't use it at all, I think, unless it was in the first session. But you can see how having a reserve, if they had some of their cavalry corps in reserve and waited just in case something arrived here on the flank, or the frontal attacks here with the cavalry were having trouble, or if they wanted to use them in the center. You can see how that would be so useful. I mean, boom, 12 base widths, you're there. You're in the action. That's really useful. It didn't really show that in the game. I just want to point that out. But I love that reserve move. I'm glad you guys liked it, and I'm glad you played.
Michael made a good point too. I don't care how many units you have or what your strategy is. The roll of the dice is what it comes down to in any game.
Yeah.
Increase your odds by increasing your dice, but still you can't control what comes up.
No, it's an aspect of warfare. It's called chaos, friction of war. That's the only real way to represent it. You got to have that uncontrollable element in your games, and that's one of them.
It's a lot of fun. I didn't think we were going to win. I thought for sure that we were doomed, and we pulled
We
it out.
thought that cavalry corps was going to roll up our flank.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I think this is a pretty solid victory for the French. I know it is somewhat questionable here, but the fact that they already forced the Grenadiers back from even getting close to the hill, they're already weakened. They're pushed back. The only thing contesting the hill is just these 3 brigades of infantry musketeers facing off against 2 cuirassiers, some weakened Saxons. This is the only questionable area of the battle and a key part of the battle. But unfortunately, if you look at this, you'll see that the Russians are all but defeated elsewhere. Maybe not the center, but the right is totally gone, which makes the center totally undefendable, really.
Exactly.
I think aggressively. I think the Russians would pull back and hope for a third wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those dragoons were getting ready to head northwest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, their flank is now,
Exposed.
yep, there's nothing there, which kind of means these guys are not going to be able to be too aggressive. They're going to have to think about pulling back, or they might be able to attack with 1, but then they got infantry in front of them. So it's not a great advantage at all.
Not a good strategic choice to attack.
Yeah.
Onions for everybody.
Huh?
Onions for everyone.
Onions for everybody. Yay.
So we'll call this it's definitely a victory for the French. I'd say it isn't a major victory, but perhaps a minor victory, because there's still some potential for the Russians.
Yeah,
What do
agreed.
you guys think?
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's certainly not a draw.
I'm glad we didn't give up.
Oh no, I never give up. I won't quit. And if I take a beating, that's fine. It's just a game. It's what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's just a game. I thought we were going to lose, and I was still having fun, so I didn't care.
I didn't want to.
I like to win. I much prefer to win. But
Yeah.
We
Okay,
played.
fellas. I got to run.
All right, Chris. Thanks for joining and playing. I'll post some pics and some results to the community.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
thanks
You guys
for,
have a good night.
Take care.
thanks for helping out, eh?
No problem, eh?
Hey. I think the game lasted a little over 30 turns, which is a little bit more than a day. I know that, but that's okay. I think we played 32 in all.
Yeah, I think so.
That's fine. That's okay.
They fought into the late afternoon.
Yeah. It was a blast, Bob. I had a good time running it. I know we made some errors. There was some house rules we were using or playing around with. That's all right. It was good fun.
Time. Had a great time. I've been looking forward to a battle like this for a long time. I'm glad I got to participate. Thank you.
You are welcome, Bob, and we're going to do it again real soon. You know that. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's other people eager to jump in.
And yeah, that's another thing. Feedback. Let me know. If anyone wants to participate in these live plays we do in the Tabletop Commanders, just when we post an event, go ahead and check it out and see if you're interested. And you're welcome to join. We'll help you get connected with Google Hangouts. If you need any technical help, we're there to do what we can. But it's good fun. And this was a demonstration of Blucher. Great game. I hope you enjoyed it.
About a 14 or 15 hour game.
Yeah, 4 sessions in all, 4 days, ranging from 2 to 3.5 hours each, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Had a blast. So any comments or feedback, let me know. Different camera angles? Did the camera shake too often? Did I talk too much? That happens sometimes.
Maybe some shots of Bob.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, we're going to plan another Blucher game again, probably in a slightly bigger table. Get more people to play, and it'll be an actual battle where we're using, Scharnhorst to generate the battle, which is a mini campaign system in the rules. Highly recommended Blucher. I love it. It got me into Napoleonics. I play it more often than any other Napoleonic rules. This is Bob's first go at Napoleonics. And I take it, Bob, you really enjoyed it. Napoleonics is a pretty cool thing, huh?
Oh my, yes, it was a lot of fun. I like it. I wasn't overwhelmed by any rules. They weren't micromanaged to. I guess it's because it's on that grand tactical scale, which is what I like more, being a Flames of War player also, which is not quite as grand, but it is. It flowed nice, and there weren't tons of charts and 26 different modifiers. It's just a real simple play. It's easy to enjoy it, and because I think there's less rules and modifiers and charts to worry about, I could concentrate more on my strategy, what I was going to do. I definitely recommend this game to anybody that's even thinking about Napoleonics. Blucher, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's good if you're new to the period.
And I am. This is my first ever Napoleonic game.
That's
so
good.
I'm all pumped to get my army finished up, my French, and then paint them up some opponents.
Yes. And just as a little hint to the future events we're doing in the Tabletop Commanders, we are considering doing something pretty big, really big. And I'll just give you a few hints. It involves multiple hosts, multiple games, playing a single battle, historical battle, recreation, if you will. Each host, like me and this one here, will have a number of players playing on that table. But there will probably be about 3 different hosts, and each host will be focused on a particular part of that historical battle. And the turns will progress at the same time. Troops will shift from one game to the other, and it'll probably take a few sessions to do it like this one did. But it's going to be an entire battle involving quite a few people, and it will be documented separately. There'll be a video that shows the whole thing, what's going on in all the separate games, how one affects the other as the battle proceeds. It's something we're working on. We've talked about it. We're considering it. In all likelihood, we're going to do it. It's just a matter of planning out a few details. I'm not going to say the battle. We'll save that, but it should be fun. More on that in the coming weeks and months. We'll see if we can do this. If you're interested in that kind of thing, yeah, again, leave some notes or comments somewhere in the Tabletop Commanders about it, or here in this video, whichever you prefer.
These battles will take place across the globe. And
yes, and something else that's a big part of this battle is that Blobby will be part of the action. If you don't know who Blobby is, look at some of Bob's posts in the Tabletop Commanders, some of his miniatures he's done. Blobby is a heroic individual. Right, Bob?
Yes, he is the cream of the
Creme de la creme.
It's Napoleon's child.
God.
The Emperor favors him.
Did you say it's Napoleon's child?
I did.
Oh my God.
I think historically he actually called the Chaucher à Cheval were called Napoleon's children, if I'm not mistaken.
There you go.
Yeah, so Bobby being a member of that brigade is Napoleon.
All right, that's a good clarification.
see, a month ago I didn't know squat. Now I'm sitting here reciting Napoleonic history.
Yeah, that's good. You are teaching me, Bob. You're teaching me. I don't know much. I'm still learning.
See what you guys have done to me? Well, that is from all the great reference that my friend Ian sent me.
That's great.
He sent me lots of reference that I read, and that's why I picked that up.
Was Ian in the chat tonight?
I don't know. I don't have the chat on.
Yeah, that's right. I'd have to look. Well, I can't get back to the questions. I probably should take a look. As soon as I turn off the live portion, I can't see the comments anymore. I have to go to a special page to do it. So let me take a quick look and read all the profanity one shooting my way. Brilliant battle. Ian was there. He enjoyed it. Agrees that the center was the key to the Russian success. Maurice. Robert DeAngelo. Maurice, what's this reference to? Robert just went off to bed. Maurice, what was that a reference to? Trying to look at some of the messages here. Well, it was a great game. I'm glad you guys liked it, and we'll do this again real soon. And stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to turn off the live portion now because I'm getting tired. 4 days of this is crazy, but yeah, it was fun. I really admit.
We did laundry the other day, so I just folded them up and put them there. I didn't know where you put them at.
All right, take care, folks. From me and Bob, Michael, Chris, taking part. We'll see you next time. Take care, my friends. Ta-ta.
How are we gonna chat?